Hey guys. I know my hair looks crazy right now. This is this is the result of keeping my hair in. I've had my hair in braids all week. So I took it out. I had it in two cornrows. I was like, let me take my hair out for you guys. I'm like always fixing my hair when I see it. But hi, hey guys, welcome to Get Hair Educated. Hey, thank you for tuning in. And so I was doing this series on Thursdays at 6 p.m. and I moved it to Monday 8 p.m. because stylists salons are starting to reopen. Yay! We can get our hair done finally. We get our hair cut. And Mondays tend to be the day that salons are closed, and I have Ms. Simone Hylton is going to be joining me today so that we can talk all things curly, answer your questions. You know, we might even just, we always end up talking a little bit about current events. And so while we wait for Simone Sets Trends to join us, let's do a check-in. How are you guys doing? How's everyone doing? Like, I was watching the news earlier, and I was watching. Oh, here we go. Simone is here. And so I was watching the news, and they were showing what's happening in DC, and like, I almost started crying watching the news, watching what was happening, the riots, the protests happening, and I was just like, turn off the TV, Scarlett. Let's get into the zone.
Hey sis, what's up? How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good, I'm good. I was kind of thinking the same thing when we getting on here. I was like, okay, hair education, but there's so much going on. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I we don't have to address any of it, but it's like the elephant in the room. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I was
No,
just thinking,
no.
yeah.
Say what's on your mind. Let's chat. I mean,
I was just I was just really thinking, like, hair has so much to do with our culture and
yep,
self-love and self-expression. You know what I mean? And it's always been such an anchor in our community. You know what I mean? And it kind of goes hand in hand. Like, if you
mm-hmm.
really learn how to embrace your hair, you learn how to embrace yourself. And self-love has a lot to do with what's going
Right,
on. So
right.
it's
Yeah.
all relevant.
It really is. And I always say that when I went natural, when I stopped relaxing my hair, I was like, I became my authentic self. I saw the whole me now.
Right.
And the funny thing is, like, when I went natural, people who didn't, not even people who knew me, but everyone was just like, what statement are you trying to make?
Right.
Like,
Right.
by not relaxing my hair and wearing it in its natural state, people thought I was trying to be like political, and I'm like,
Right.
no.
Right. Even me right now, like wearing my hair gray, people like my hairstylist friends and stuff, I'm a colorist. They're like, what are
Yeah.
you doing walking around with gray hair? And I'm like, look, like I've always had premature gray. Like it's in my family. My dad's whole head was white by the time he was 30, and I'm not young. You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm not old either, but this is just how my hair grows. And it's a lighter color than I could ever get it using bleach or anything like that. So like, why not embrace it? It's what's naturally happening. And, initially when they see me, they're like, girl, you're tripping. And then when they see me just rocking it unapologetically, they're like, all right, I guess you doing
Yeah.
it. You rocking it. It's cool.
Yeah. And it
Yeah,
becomes, and you know what you're doing is you're inspiring others
right.
through your own self-awareness and embracing who you are.
You
And
have to.
yeah, because I don't color my hair anymore, and I let what grays I have come through. And I joke in my family because my mom and both my sisters who are older than me, everybody colors their hair except for me. And I'm like,
Right.
I got more grays than my mom.
And it gets to be a lot. Like it's a chemical. So my grays were coming back so fast. It was like I was chemically treating my hair every 2 to 3 weeks. And me as a stylist and a cosmetologist, I knew that that was not healthy for my hair. So
Yeah,
do I want unhealthy black hair or do I want healthy gray hair? Like it was
right.
healthy gray hair for me. So that's
Exactly.
what I did.
Right. And
Yeah.
then it's like, and at a certain point, you're like, who am I coloring my hair for? For myself or for other
Other
people?
people, right? And I do get it. Like, ma'am, excuse me, miss, ma'am. You know what I mean? I get that, but it's kind of
Right.
like a respect thing. You know what I mean? Like younger people, like, thank you, Miss Simone. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
Yeah.
just like, at first I was like, what does she think? I'm like an old lady? But then it's like she's showing me respect, and respect is due. You know, so it's all good.
That's right. You've earned it. We work
It's all
hard,
good. I earned my stripes.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
I love it. I love that,
Thank you.
and it's like, and I don't want to talk about what's going on out there. It's like we can turn on the news and we could talk about it. It's like I kind of want to escape from it
Right.
all because I don't
That's
want to
cool.
get angry.
Yes.
I don't want to be angry. I'm like, I
Ah,
don't.
it's
So
crazy.
your salon is back open. How is that going?
Whew, that has been very, very um, unique. I've been a
Mhm.
hairstylist for over 25 years, and I've
Wow.
never been through anything like this. I'm super passionate about beauty, but I'm also very passionate about health
Right.
and wellness. So
Yes.
it kind of goes hand in hand with who I am. So to come back to work during a pandemic and having to come up with protocol to be safe, to make sure that everyone's healthy and we're not adding to the spread of this disease and really helping people with their mental health. Like people
Yeah.
coming back, like, girl, my hair is making me depressed. Like after they get their first shampoo by someone else, after this, they've been shampooing their hair by themselves and trying to figure it out. It's like they feel so empowered, they feel so pretty, they feel so like that has been great. But then you see some
Hmm.
people are afraid. Like a lot of my clients have been calling, like, I know you're open and I'm gonna come, but I'm gonna wait. You know what I mean? Because people are
Yeah.
nervous. And then you got the new people that are like, okay, you're one of 5 salons that are open. So can I get in? You know what I mean? And it's just like, I'm wary because I don't know everybody, but I'm making sure I'm taking everyone's temperature. Everyone has to wear a mask. And the wearing the mask thing is tough as well because
Yeah.
it's a physical job. So you're losing oxygen. You know, like I literally have to take oxygen breaks and go outside and deep breathe and meditate, which
Hmm.
is cool. I wasn't doing that before at work. I do it before work and maybe after work, but now I'm
Right.
doing it during work where I can just go and like collect myself, have a break and like really breathe through it. With the social distancing, we can't have a lot of people in the salon at a time. So it's like
Hmm.
we're spacing ourselves out. And then you got to charge more. You know what I mean? Because we got to keep the operation going. And the people are like, listen, girl, whatever it is, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm here for it. I'm just happy to be able to get the service. So I think it's a unique time for us to really raise our business to a certain standard, you know, because
Yeah.
we've been given so much. And then it's like you got to compete with the kitchen beauticians and you got to, you know what I mean? And I was a kitchen beautician myself, but
Right.
growing in the industry, it's like, okay, so, you know, in times like this, people value that you own a company, that you have insurance, and that you're going to make sure that you cover yourself certain ways. You know, you make sure you
Mhm.
have protocol in place. You make sure that you're following the guidelines because you're held to a bigger standard where the government can come in and really get on you if you're not doing what you're supposed to.
Right.
And people who are in their kitchens or people who are just coming to your house, there's like no protocol.
Yeah. There's
So
no
people value that.
regulation about it. And
Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah. It is scary, but it's the way we have to navigate
Right.
now.
And
And
we gotta be safe. And we gotta build
yeah,
our immune system. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like, don't take it for chance or take it for granted that these masks might not even work. Like, everyone is guessing. The doctors are guessing. The government is guessing. You know what I mean? Me as a stylist, I'm a professional. I'm guessing also. I don't know what this disease is. I'm not a
Right,
doctor, you know?
right. Even
So
the
we gotta
doctors
be,
don't know.
they don't even know, you know? And
It's so
one of the
new.
craziest things too, now that everyone's wearing a mask, like, I'm so used to when I turn my client around to the mirror, their face light up like, I love it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and you
now I
don't
got this
get
mask on, and it's like,
all you see your
so do you
eyes and
like it?
eyebrows.
Yeah, it's like, do you like it? Like, talk to me. So that's weird. That's been kind of weird too.
Yeah, yeah, that is something to think about. Like everywhere you're going, you're seeing the face mask. And I'm actually grateful for that. Like I'm here in New
Yeah,
Jersey and just about every, like we can't walk into a store, period,
yeah, we can't
without one.
either. I won't. Like, I
Yeah.
won't. Like, it's good to keep it on. And one of my medical clients was telling me that she thinks that the mask is what's really helping us, like everybody being masked all the time, because they weren't sure if it was airborne. They didn't know. They don't really know
No.
how. It's not all about touching surfaces. So she's like, she thinks that that's really helping because, and even in the hospital, when they didn't
Hmm.
have the mask, when they were like trying to figure it out, they people were getting sick, and now that they have everything that they need, the nurses
Right.
aren't getting sick anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I started wearing a mask before the CDC said to wear one because I was like watching videos of the people in Asian countries and I'm like they are onto something. They
Right.
know something that we don't. And I
Right.
went and did some research and I went and read what the Asian health department had to say and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go with those guys because
Right.
they've been through this before.
Right. Right.
And I'm like, and I'd rather have a barrier than not. And the
Nah.
first time I wore it, I felt awkward. People looked at me like I was weird. But I was like, whatever. And now it's everywhere. It's
Right.
ubiquitous. It's all over the place. But actually, let me introduce you because we just started chatting. So for
Talking.
everybody,
I miss you.
welcome. So I am Scarlett. I am the creator of Wonder Curl, which is a line of products for natural hair. And I am talking to Simone Hylton of Simone Sets Trends,
Hmm.
a natural hair stylist. And she's also the founder of Royal Coils.
Yes, product line. The
Yes.
tool that stylists need to make hair fantastic. That's what it
Amazing.
is.
You're like a renaissance woman. You're doing
Thank
everything
you.
because you have your business, you have your product line, you were doing events and
Yeah. We were
yeah,
supposed to have our hair show June 21st because, you know, we do that annually. But with everything that's going on, we postponed it. I believe we were gonna try to do it in December, but I think we're gonna just push it till next year and just make it bigger and better. We were doing it on the 21st, which was Father's Day, because I
yeah,
really felt a need to like honor Black men. You know what I mean? And here we are, the 1st of June. We're not having the show, but I still feel a need to do that, you know, with all
yeah.
this going on, you know?
I
So,
think especially now more than ever, like
yeah, and I'm just gonna pour my energy into that and really, you know, do a campaign towards brothers and just let them know that we love them and that they're worthy and things like that, you know?
awesome. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. I don't think we give guys enough props around here because we're always
Yeah, I
talking
think it's
about
woman
curly
empowerment,
hair.
girls and
Yeah.
girl power and black girl magic, but we're family. We gotta stick together. I think separating ourselves is just not cool now. Like, we gotta stick
Right.
together. And I
Yeah.
love that
Yeah.
we stick together as beauty professionals. Like, we're always, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, we have to do that. Like, it's so important
Yeah.
for us to do that.
Well,
And thank you
and
for
I
having
think then that's one of the things like we have in common is that we come from a place of abundance. And
me.
it's
Right.
not about, well, we can't work together. You have a product line, I have a product line. We can't talk. Like, no. Like
Not
one of
about that.
like I am friends with so many other beauty entrepreneurs,
You
and
have
we
to be.
talk, and we, you know, when those days that it's like, oh, I can't do this anymore. It's like, boop, boop, boop,
Yeah.
boop.
And we got
We
to empower
talk.
each other. If we know what's going on in the industry and we can set certain standards and you know what I mean, we have to do that for each other. That's like dope. Like,
I love
I
it.
don't see why we can't.
I agree. I agree. And it's like they try to say black people don't work together. I'm like, who? Like
Who, where y'all
you
from?
I'm like, you know what? It's you.
Right, right.
You
And I
can't work with black people. Like,
exactly like we definitely, history has definitely divided us in a lot of areas, but I think we're doing a great job and I think everything that's going on had to happen so that we can really see the importance of doing that.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk hair care.
Yeah, let's get to that.
Yeah. The reason why folks are here. So
Right.
So I guess, and also you guys, for those of you who are watching, if you have any questions, please answer. Feel free to ask them, and we are more than happy. This is an interactive conversation, so chime in as you feel fit.
Right.
So what I like to ask is, since you are getting a lot of new clients coming in, what are the first things that you do with them?
Well, everybody gets a consultation because I like
Mhm.
to know where where are you on your hair journey? What's going on? What have you been doing? And a lot that I'm seeing right now is there's a lot of natural girls that are out there trying to fend for themselves and doing a lot. They're like YouTube University and they're really
Yeah.
trying to do things on their own, but they don't really understand how to retain length and how to retain moisture.
Yes.
So I don't just style hair. I like to teach people that stuff. You know what I mean? I like to educate you on what your hair is doing, what your hair needs are. We do a porosity test. We make sure that you are using products that are going to work with your hair texture and get your desired results. I
Right.
think too many people are just trying to look like everybody else and I want my hair like hers. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, this is more an example of what your hair can do. You know what
Right.
I mean? Or what the potential of your hair is. Everyone's hair looks great, but you have to look at what the highest potential of your texture, length, color, you know what I mean? And what
Right.
how you could get the best results out of it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and that is the thing, is that so many of us, when we could be, I know people who have been natural like most of their lives, and they're just like, what's my hair type? What do I
right.
do? They never actually took care of their hair, and I think the
Yeah.
pandemic, us going on lockdown, had forced so
Force
many
people to
people
and
to,
allowed them to, because so many people who are suffering with damaged hair, their go-to is just to hide it. You know what I
right,
mean? And not face it. So
right, good
when they were
point.
home and didn't have to go anywhere and didn't have to see any, like, I have so many people call me like, girl, my edges showed up. Like my edges are
Right.
back. They came back in the pandemic. You know what I mean? So it's like that was a time to just really give your hair a break. Our hair needs love.
Yes.
There's so much trauma around our hair as Black women. It's like every Black woman has a story about when I colored my hair, or I relaxed it too much, or I overprocessed it, or that time it fell out. You know what I
Right,
mean? And
right.
we have
Or
so much trauma around it, or when it hurt when they combed it when I was little. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
leaving the braids in too long, then I had to cut off all my
Yeah.
hair because it was,
Yes, it's so
yeah,
important to just nurture people through that. And then you got girls who's been natural forever, and they're like, my hair won't grow. I'm
yeah,
like, it's not that your hair isn't growing, it's that you're breaking it off. You know what I mean? What are
yep,
you doing to it? Because if your hair wasn't growing, you'd be bald. You know what I mean? It's clearly growing. If you don't have a hair growing problem, you're having a problem keeping it on your head.
right,
So,
right, yeah,
yeah,
and Tresses D says agree. The pandemic is definitely getting women to appreciate their natural
no,
hair. It's true.
definitely.
I consulted a nail stylist She owns a nail salon out in Trenton, and I met her a couple years ago, and she was like, I want to go natural, but I'm not ready. I don't know.
Yeah.
And she finally went for it, and I told her, I was like, I said, this is the process. This is what you need to do. And she started doing that, and she was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, my hair is so soft.
Such
I
a
always wore
difference.
it in weaves, and this is my natural hair.
And you see a
It's,
difference so quickly. I tell my clients, give me 90 days. You know what I mean? I'll give you styles that last 3 to 4 weeks. Come every 3 to 4 weeks, I'll shampoo it. You know what I mean? Treat it, style it, and you can go and come back again. I take them out of the equation. And in 60 days, they're like, my hair feels thicker. Oh my God, it's softer. Oh my gosh, it's fluffy. Oh my, I think it's growing. You know what I mean? You
yeah,
see a turnaround and so quickly.
yeah. Yeah, it is interesting that it feels like our hair isn't growing. I remember when I used to relax my hair, and my hair would grow like maybe just a couple inches past my shoulder. But then
Right,
after that, it would just break off.
right,
And it's because I was
right.
blow drying it, I was flat ironing it. So it
Too
was like
much.
every inch of hair that I grew, I had to cut like two
Right,
inches off because it was
right.
that damaged. Because I think we forget like the ends of our hair is the oldest part, and that's the part that needs the
That needs the
most.
love and the moisture and the product. And you got to be, and another thing, we don't know how to comb our hair. Like
Yeah,
women do not know how to comb their hair. I'm like, you have to comb your hair from the ends to the root. Like these are the little jewels I give people. Like if you comb your hair from the ends to the root, you're not pulling it out. When you go straight to the root and comb through it, you're popping everything underneath.
right,
So if you comb it delicately from the ends to the root, you're not going to lose as much hair when you comb it. You know, a lot of people say, wow, people with locks, their hair grows so long. One of the things they're not doing is combing their hair. So they're not popping it off as it grows. So they retain the length. And if your hair
right,
is natural, you have to comb it, but you have to be very mindful of how you comb it and how often you comb it. So when girls are like, I do twist outs every night, and like, it's too much manipulation. Like,
right.
go 2, 3 days without doing, you know what I mean? Like, you got to give it attention and you got to comb it, but you have to have a regimen that's going to keep you out of it a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Something that's going to keep it hydrated, but not wet,
Wet.
but just taking
Wetting it
care.
every day is a huge problem, especially
Yeah,
when you have hard water. You know,
yeah,
I'm like, use a leave-in to wet it down. You know what I mean? You don't always have to wet it in the shower and come out with it soaking wet. You know what I mean? Because you're drying out the natural oils that are in there, and then use products that are going to put the moisture back into your hair. You know,
right.
and you got to know what's a moisturizer and what's a sealant, and like all these things are really important.
Yeah, it almost feels like once we became natural, we all have to become like experts in hair, right? Because when you're relaxed, it's only like you just know my hair is straight. That's it. That's all you need to deal with.
Because
You
it just
wash
has
it.
one dimension at that point. Because we
Yeah,
close that cuticle down. You know what I mean? You kill the cuticle. So it's just like, okay, you can't do anything. You know what I mean? Like, this is it. It's straight. We achieved your goal. And that's how you rock it. Just keep it clean and keep it moving. But it's
yeah.
not like that with natural hair at all.
No, it is more work.
But
Definitely
it
more
lasts
work,
longer.
but it
I feel
lasts
like,
longer.
yeah, the styles last longer. That's what people say. Oh, natural hair is expensive. I'm like, boo. When you leave here, you got a style that's gonna last you 2, 3 weeks. You know what I mean? When
Right,
I give you a style, of course it's gonna cost more. When we had relaxers, we were in that salon every week. You know what I
right.
mean? Trying to
That's
get
what
it
people
curled
forget.
again so, and I think that's why women are so frustrated with salons because the whole temperature of the salon industry before natural hair, they felt cheated. They felt like I'm paying all this money and I'm not getting any results. My hair isn't growing, so I literally have to prove to women that I can help them. They
Yeah,
don't trust hairdressers. They do not
it's
trust cosmetologists.
right. And that is the case. Like back in the day, I remember when I first went natural and I was looking, my stylist was an hour away and she was booked. So I was like,
Right.
oh, I can't go to her. So I went to a different salon that was in my neighborhood. a black salon, of course. And
Right.
I had an appointment and I waited an hour, 2 hours, and I was just like, hello,
Right.
and I was like, I can't believe I sat here. I said, you know what, forget it. I was like, why,
Yeah.
what's the point of having an appointment if you're still going to be doing this updo and I'm
Um,
sitting here
right.
waiting.
Right.
And so I went across town to a white salon, was seen immediately, and had the best experience ever.
Right.
But
Right.
and I went to her. I went to her for years and recommended people
Mhm.
to her. A white girl
Right.
with curly hair, because this was
Right.
slightly before the natural hair movement started,
Movement.
and there weren't natural hair salons. And so I was like, and then after her, I started going to Tamika, the curl whisperer,
Right.
out in the city, and that's who started
Yeah.
taking care of my hair. And we started working together closely.
Right.
But I'm loving that now you guys have taken over as like the gatekeepers of education, because you
Eh,
have your hands in people's hair all day.
Right. Right. And it's so important. The experience is 80% of what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, people want to feel honored when they spend their money. They come
Mm-hmm.
and they come for a service. Like I tell people, I'm a servant. I'm here to serve you today. I'm going to serve your hair. I'm going to serve you. I'm going to make you feel like a queen when you leave here. It's all about the experience. So if the
Absolutely.
experience entails waiting 2 hours, feeling ignored, you know what I mean? Feeling like people are skipping over you and you got to fight for
Yeah.
your space. Like, who does that? Like, who wants to do that? And that's why it's really important that we treat our businesses like business, whether
Yeah.
it's the salon, the products. Like, people want to feel catered to. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
I really try to do that, whether it's the hair expo and the experience they get when they come there, or the product line. I'm not going to send you the products without you understanding how you use it and why you use it. You know what I mean? So it's
Exactly.
super
Yeah.
important.
It's the same thing with
Super
me.
important.
When people are like, "What products do you recommend for my hair?" and I'm like, "I don't just give them products. They walk
Yeah.
off with like a whole new lease on. They're like, I give you I tell you how to use moisture and
Right. And what are your
yes,
needs? What do you need? And I'll tell you
yeah,
how to use the product to get you there. That's
right."
important.
So
Super important.
unfortunately, a lot of stylists see the money but not the experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know
so
those
important.
people. I
That's
don't go to those
that's
places.
so important. It's so important. And even me employing stylists, it's like I have to really weed out, because sometimes they come and they're superstars and, they got big Instagram followings and you know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
it's like, okay, but where's your protocol? What's up with customer service? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, how are we going to make these people feel the experience for coming for you? Because you could be a superstar hairstylist, but if you can't deliver, what are you doing? You know?
Right.
Like I say all the time, I know people who can style hair better than me, but they're not going to out customer service me ever.
Yeah.
Because my patron and my guest is like the ultimate for me. I want her to leave there not just feeling good, not just looking good, but feeling good as well. You know,
Right, right.
it's
You want to
really
walk
important.
out feeling like $1 million.
Right.
You want people to
Yeah,
stop you on the street. And they're like, "Where did you get your
exactly.
hair done?" You're like, "Right
Exactly.
there."
And that's marketing for me. That's better than
Yeah,
any social media marketing. A girl walking around on the top of the world feeling fantastic and somebody saying, "Girl, you are glowing. Where did you get your hair done?" That
yep,
works.
that's the best.
Yeah, for
so,
sure.
so when you have clients with very dry, brittle hair,
Hmm.
what are the things, like, how do you help them to mend the hair? As much as, hair is dead, it's a fabric, we can't really fix
Right.
it, but
So like I said, everybody gets a consultation, right? So I have to figure out, sometimes things aren't really just fixed with a band-aid. Sometimes you got to go in, you got to cut that hair, you got to
mhm.
shape it, and you got to send them home with a regimen, you know what I mean, of products to use and style options. Like I said, I like to put people on 90 days. Like, give me 90 days. of doing your hair. Just for the next 90 days, commit to that. After I get it growing and get it going, I can give you the tools you need to do it at home. I'm going to
Right.
teach you how I twist it. You know what I mean? I'm not just going to sit here and twist it and then you're not learning anything. You know, you're not going to do it like I do it, but you are going to be able to survive. You're going to be able to make it look good where you don't feel like, oh, I didn't get my hair done. I can't go outside. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you can, this product moisturizes your hair. You know, you're going to put this on after you shampoo, you know, because you'll see what I do and you'll learn how to use it. You know, I think hydration is super important and this needs to happen at the shampoo. You know what I mean? We
Hmm.
should be hydrating from the shampoo, the conditioner to the deep treatment. We're going to give you us a beautiful palette to work on first, right? And then your style, if your hair is dry, I'm not going to give you a style that's going to dry your hair out further. I'm going to give you something that's going to add moisture to your style and to your look so that while you're walking around, it's being
Right.
treated and we're reinforcing that it's moisturized. So, you know, there's a formula for everybody. And I really try to educate while I'm, you know, servicing people.
Definitely. Definitely. It is about allowing the client to be able to recreate as much of it as home.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and and I think like I know like when I was going to my stylists and when I was starting to figure out like how to do my wash and goes, how to style my hair, like I watched
Right.
them. And I was like,
Exactly.
once I figured out like the technique and I would go home and I practice, practice, practice. And I tell folks, I'm like,
Right.
you have to practice. I'm like, I did not get my technique down the first time. It took me,
Right.
many iterations. And even now, because I don't color my hair anymore, my hair texture has changed a lot from what I remember
Right.
it used to be when it was colored. Yeah, it's less porous than it was before. So I have
Right.
to work harder to get water into my hair.
Right. And that's what
Um,
happened. That's what
yeah,
people don't know, that commitment. I tell people before I color their hair, like, okay, the game is changing today. You know, you're gonna look fabulous with this color, but you got to be committed. You got to treat it. You got to condition it. You have to moisturize. You know what I mean? So it's
yeah,
real important to know that. You
right.
know,
Yeah, and when it comes to like our hair, there's just like no shortcut to healthy hair. I think
no,
people are like, will say, well, Scarlett, you got that kind of hair that grows fast. And I'm like, but I take care of it. I take
right.
care of my body. I'm like, I eat healthy. I'm a plant-based vegan.
So much and so important what you're putting in your body. It's
Right.
like you eat no greens, you don't drink water, and you just want this hair to be flowing down your back. Like you
Yeah.
have to hydrate from the inside. Your nails will be dry and brittle if you're not hydrated on the inside.
Exactly. That's what I say. I'm
Yeah.
like, what are your nails doing? What are your nails doing? Are
Right.
your nails breaking off? Do they not grow? Then that's probably what's going on with your
What's
hair.
happening to
Is
your
your
hair?
skin breaking out? Do you have acne all over the place? Then guess what? Your hair isn't going to
Something's
be
going
amazing.
on internally that needs to be addressed. So important. You know, I'm West Indian, and you know, when we were younger, they used to just like give you a washout. You know what I mean? Like, come drink some castor oil. You need a washout. I was like, what is wrong with these people? But they were really onto something. You know what I'm saying? You have to detox, especially if you're not eating right. If you run around here eating candy and eating meat and eating things that really your body has to
Right.
really fight against, you have to go in and honor your body and try to detox. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Detox your hair. I have hair detoxes that I do. You know what
Right.
I mean? Where we go in and detox the hair because you're using all these products, you're doing wash and goes every day, you're using product, you're adding gel, you're slicking your hair down with gel every day, you're gluing hair on. We need to detox that hair, open that cuticle, and clean out whatever's stuck up in there. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And now we can start with a new palette. It's
Yes.
clean, it's fresh. When we put products on, it's going to absorb it. You know what I
Right.
mean? If it won't absorb, we need to figure that out. We need to put some carrier oils on there so that it's going to take everything inside. Like, I hate products that you just put them on and the next day your hair feels like you just put it on an hour ago.
Right.
Like, why is your hair not absorbing these products?
Yeah.
Something's wrong,
Something's
either
going
with the
on.
product or with your hair. We
So
got to figure it out.
Tresses D has a question. She asks, what are your views on box color? How do you get your clients to get out of the box color mindset during the pandemic?
Okay, so literally during the pandemic, I was mixing color for some of my clients. Like, listen, just do the front where you can see. I'll get the back when we get back on. You know what I mean? Box color is a problem. I use a plant-based color line
Hmm.
because it's low in ammonia. Ammonia is a chemical that will dry your hair out. It will get that color. It's gonna get that color to stick. It's gonna give you results for your color. But that high ammonia, it just tears your cuticle down. You know what I mean? And I encourage my people to use rinses, when they can. Like I'll do one lift,
Hmm.
one really big lift, whether it be with bleach or a high lift color, or really go light so that we can play around with rinses. If you like to change, if you like color, I try to play around with rinses. And I let them know those box colors, they are full of chemicals that give you quick results where it's just going to blow your cuticle up and leave your hair damaged. You're going to get the color, but your hair is going to look fried. And they see the
Right.
difference. When I use my color line and they use the box color, they see the difference. They try to sneak. They try to sneak and do it in between. As soon as they sit in my chair, I'm
Yeah, like,
shampooing. That hair is shedding. I'm like, yo, what did you do? They're like, yo, my hair told on me. Like, how do you know? You know what I'm saying? I'm
right,
like, yes, girl, I'm the hair whisperer. I talk to the hair. It told me already. But the
right.
hair will have characteristics, especially if you treat it chemically. A real stylist is going to know. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Just as soon as we touch it, it feels different. It's like, yo, this was fried with ammonia. What did you do?
Yeah,
You used the box color? They're like, how do you know that? Because I
yeah.
do hair, girl. That's why.
I learned my lesson. I was like, I will never try to color my hair myself
Yeah,
ever
it's
again.
not
Like,
worth it. It's
it's
not
not
worth
worth
it.
it. Unless, no, no, no. That one
It's
time,
really
and it turned green, and I couldn't get the color out, and I was just like,
not the
ah.
green nightmare. I tell you, every woman has a story. Everybody has a story
Well, to
about
be
what happened to them.
fair, I was trying to make it blue using Manic Panic, and I should have known better that
Right,
it it this was before the color paste. Like now,
right.
like I don't think these young
Color
kids
paste is
know.
life. Color
They
paste
don't
is
know
life.
how good they have it. I'm like, there was no color paste when we were growing
We
up.
didn't have that as an option. And it's
Oh, it
so
was.
good because it's temporary. You can enjoy it and then get over it.
Yeah, yeah. I actually, I'm gonna tell, like in college, I used to color my hair myself because I'm in college,
Right,
and I always colored it like a light golden color. Um,
right.
and then one day I decided I was watching MTV and they were talking about using cherry Kool-Aid to color your hair.
Kool-Aid. I definitely did that.
I
We
did
all
it,
did that.
but let me tell you, I got the most compliments on my hair color.
That pigment is crazy.
Yeah,
It
they were
works.
like, this woman
It
came up to me. She's like,
really works.
"Oh my God, what color did you use?" I was like, "It's cherry Kool-Aid." And she just like stopped talking and left. She's like, "I'm done with you." She's like, "I have nothing else
But
to say."
that's what the Jazzins and stuff are now. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? I mean, it's not Kool-Aid, but the same stuff that is in the Kool-Aid, and like we're drinking
that
that stuff. Like
right.
people are drinking it, and it could color your hair. Can you imagine what it's doing to your
And
inside?
it sticks to your
It
hair. It's not like it
it
washes right
really
out, but
does. It works. It works, especially if your hair is lifted and light. That Kool-Aid, I
yeah,
definitely went through the Kool-Aid
that
phase.
but that
Trust.
is a point to think about. Like, y'all, we're drinking Kool-Aid and it sticks to your hair. Think of what it's doing in your body. It's like
Body.
your whole organs are all just like cherry colored red for a month.
Or blue, for God's sake.
Right.
Oh my God.
I know
That's
it's not
so
even blueberry. This blue raspberry. That's not even a flavor in nature.
Ah, that's funny. That
But
is hilarious.
yeah.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so poor Tressa says her client reached out to her the other day going crazy after she used three box colors and is depressed from the experience and she has locks. Oh man. So
Oh my
how
gosh.
how would you fix something like that? Like
You know, with locks is so bad, especially when people bleach their hair.
mm,
Because what color does is it breaks the bonds of your hair, right? So you know how they say a chain is strong as the strongest link? Your hair is as strong as the strongest bond. So when you're
right.
putting something on your hair that's going to break the bonds, you're making your hair weak. You know what I mean? So it's gonna break easier. It's just gonna fall. So when you have locks and the hair is all locked in and it's really just connected at the root, if you break these bonds here, it has nothing to hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is the locks start breaking and falling out. And that's why
Wow.
she's so depressed because she knows she messed it up. She knows she did. You know what I'm saying? And there's really no turning back from that. I mean, you can do lock repairs, but you still got to fluff that hair up at the root, get it healthy before you can go in because it needs a strong foundation to
Wow.
stand on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for her because three box colors at one time, that's just crazy ammonia. I bet you it was permanent color and she overprocessed her hair because especially when you have locks, if you don't shampoo it out well, it just
Mm-hmm.
keeps eating at your hair. It
Oh
just keeps
man.
eating at the
Right.
cuticle. It's so hard to get that chemical out. You know what I mean? That's why we shouldn't be shampooing our own hair because just, you can't shampoo your own hair as thoroughly as someone else can shampoo your hair. And
Right.
especially when you have locks because it gets trapped inside of the lock. And then that chemical is just working and working and working and working and working and eating the lock,
Oh my
eating it
God.
alive. Ugh.
Blue, gold, and some other color. Three different colors. Was she
She
drinking?
bleached it. She bleached it. She
Like,
had to bleach it. If she put blue on it, she had to bleach it.
I'm like, but I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
Like how I hope she's not watching this video.
I hope she is watching.
Well, I was just thinking like
I
how
hope she
sway,
is
like how
watching because she's learned a lesson that you know what I mean? Like you try
yeah.
to protect people and you try to explain to them, but it's like a kid. You keep saying that fire's hot, that fire's hot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And then they got to touch the fire and they say, "Oh, mommy, that's hot." Yeah, I told you it was hot. Don't touch it. You will
she was
never touch it again.
bored. You know that it's true
She,
boredom. They say idle
she
hands are
got
the devil's workshop.
she ain't gonna be bored no more.
She done learned her
She
lesson.
gonna be bald.
Oh,
I'm
oh my
sorry. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing
We're
at her. I just
no,
know
we're
what
just
it is.
we're
It's
laughing
bad.
at this. We have to laugh to not cry.
Right. Because like, how could you do that to yourself? I
No,
bet
I
you
think
won't be bored no more.
we have. But you know what? I would say many of us have had similar kinds of I was bored. I wanted to try something different stories because I did it too in high school. I was like, I want to be blonde, so I bleached my hair while it was relaxed.
Yeah. Oh
My hair
no.
fell out. You know, my hair just got
Yeah.
brittle and broke off. It looked like hay.
It happens. When I was in beauty school, oh my God, I went crazy in beauty school, and that's when I really understood because I was always a braider,
Hmm.
and I did a lot of braids. I was really good at it. I had a lot of patience, and I decided that I was in college. I was doing everybody's hair. I'm like, I want to go home and do hair. So I called my West Indian mother, and I'm like, I figured out my thing in life. I want to be a hairstylist. She's like, you want to what? She's like, girl, I sent you to college, and you talk about you want to be a hairstylist. She said, if you want to be a hairstylist, you have to go to beauty school. You have to be a professional. You got to
Right.
figure it out. So I'm like, okay. So I go to beauty school, and I'm trying to learn about black hair because this is the industry that I want to go to get into. And these
No.
people did not teach me about black hair.
Mm-mm.
They kept saying, I said, when are we going to get to black hair? When are we going to get to ethnic hair? They're like, oh, next month we're going to do it. We're going to talk all about black hair. I'm like, cool. The morning that we are supposed to be learning about black hair, I came to school early. I was like, ready. And the teacher writes on the board, chemical straighteners. So I'm like, I thought we were going to talk about black hair. She's like, we are. In order to do what we've been teaching you about hair to black hair, you have to straighten it first.
See,
And I was like, what?
real talk.
I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, did anyone else hear this lady say this out loud? So there's nothing else to do to black hair but straighten it? She's like, pretty much, because you can't do the haircuts and things that I'm teaching you on their hair in its natural state. I was like, wow. And I heard that. And that set me on my quest to not only teach people about natural hair, to learn techniques on how to cut it, how to style it, how to color it. You know, I knew that our hair
Right.
was different. I knew that my hair was different, especially when everything she taught me, I did it on my hair and my hair fell out. I relaxed it, I colored it, I tried to do asymmetrical cuts. I was messing hair up. And then the fixing it was how I was really learning and becoming a better stylist. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So I learned how to do hair after beauty school. I went to beauty school to get my license. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And that was just about having the
The
certificate.
paper. Yeah.
It was for the test. They taught me how to take a test. They taught me how to do the practical. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
I had to do I had to do a practical, like a live demo in my test. I got licensed in New York originally, and I had to do a written test as well. So they just prepared you for the test. It was just basically the basics. Then when I got dropped into a hair salon, it was like, all right, little mama, you got to
Mm-hmm.
watch, you got to learn. You know what I mean? You get this how you figure it out. You gotta stay up on it. You have to have mentors. You gotta figure this out. I had a mentor that taught me how to do hair, and I'm like, I don't understand. I was doing finger waves. I'm like, I don't understand how to get the hair to lay. Can you come show me? She said, child, just keep touching it till it look like something. Keep touching it. And I'm like, what? And when I tell you that was the best advice that she could give me, because
Yeah.
you have to just keep trying. You have to just keep trying to execute what it is that you're trying to do, and then you'll eventually get it. And
Right.
it was a great learning platform for me. Absolutely. I'm so grateful to her.
Yeah. Well, beauty school was fun and interesting. That state board practical was nerve-wracking.
Yes, it
And
was.
and that's what I've heard because like they say that beauty school it basically just teaches you about like how chemicals react with each other and
That's why you're a
you know,
cosmetologist. You're
right.
studying chemicals. That's it. And
Yeah.
it's so bad because Western medicine is the same
I
way.
was just about to say that. It's like medical school. They're teaching you how drugs interact with the body,
That's it. They're
but they
not
don't teach
teaching
you
you about
about
healing. They're not
nope,
teaching you about making the
nutrition.
body better and nutrition and things like that. And it's
Yeah.
sad. And we have to change this world, guys.
We do. We have to we have to create a holistic view
Right.
cuz
So
like you were
important.
because when you're saying about touch the hair till it feels right, that's what I tell like what I have learned with putting in product and I share my experience. I say to people, I'm like, you have to touch your hair. You have to know what your hair feels like and you have to if your hair isn't smooth, then you need more product on it.
Yep. Yep.
If it doesn't feel conditioned, then you miss the spot. But that's
Spot.
why you need to section your hair and you need to use your
And
hands.
attack it piece by piece by piece. I tell people if you're using a shampoo and you feel it feels hard after you shampoo it and you put the conditioner on and it still feels hard, that product is not working on your hair.
Yeah.
Each level of shampoo, condition, you're supposed to be getting a different feeling out of your hair. You know, when you go on and put that first layer of products, it should feel one way. You know, you put your moisturizer on, it should feel another way. When you put your gel on, your curls should
Right.
be looking different as you build,
Right.
unless you're just putting it on for no reason.
Yeah.
You
I
know, and
think
then if
people sometimes don't even go through the process. They just like slap it on and
yeah, just get
expect.
it on the front, but nothing in the middle. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's like, and then I'm like, okay, if you put the product on and it's not working, twist it, coil it, put it, make it like a braid out. You know, you have to like figure out what works with your hair. You
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
And you got to
Like
make the products work for you. Because if they're not working for you, you need to put it down and move to another product.
pretty much. But I've learned with my hair when I used to color my hair and it was more porous. I could just apply products to my hair while it was damp and it would be super defined and work.
Right,
But now that my hair isn't as porous as it used to be, and
right.
that's just my natural texture.
Texture.
When I have to apply more water, I need water, water, water. I need my hair to be sopping wet for the
Right.
products to absorb into it.
Absorb into it.
And that's what I say. I was like, if you have low porosity hair, you need more water. You need to
Right.
you need to work that water into
Right.
your
And you need
hair.
products with water in it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You need products that are going to add moisture to your hair. You know what I mean? So you can't just, oh, my hair is porous. I'm just going to blow dry it every day. Like you can't
No.
do that. You're drying it out worse. You know what I'm saying? So I try to just really guide people into, you know, really embracing what they have and loving the curl that you have. Like if
Right.
I was trying to make my curl look like yours, I'm probably not going to get to that. But
No.
your hair isn't going to look like mine when I comb it out in an afro. Essence China's in the building. My sister just
Oh,
joined.
hey
Essence, I did
sis.
not forget about you. What's up, Queen? Oh, wow.
I met your sister, right? I think I met her.
Well, no, not my sister's sister. This is my
Oh,
sister in my
oh, your
spiritual sister.
sister.
Yeah, but my
Your
sister's my
sister.
business partner. You definitely met her. Yeah, my sister.
Yeah.
Essence China is an amazing stylist out of
Oh,
Phoenix, Arizona.
nice.
She is the bomb. And she's on here
Awesome.
with us today. Yeah.
Well,
Welcome.
so actually, I wanted to ask you, like, I had someone, because I recently did a giveaway for the restoring hair treatment, and I asked people how often do they deep condition their hair.
Right.
And one person said that she let her friend do something to her hair and it got damaged. So she's like, I deep condition my hair like every other day. And I was like, whoa, Missy,
Oh, pump your brakes.
slow down.
And it's so crazy because people like the whole what is it called? Oh my gosh. Um Everybody says they do it. They
With rice water.
shampoo their hair with conditioner. What is that
Oh,
called?
the co-washing.
Co-wash.
Yeah.
Oh, co-wash
Yeah.
is like kryptonite to me. I'm like, oh, that is not a thing. Like you can refresh your hair with conditioner, okay? But you cannot just co-wash your hair and not shampoo your hair anymore
No.
because you say the shampoo is drying your hair out. You need a better shampoo. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because you can't just eliminate shampooing. And I give people the instance like, okay, it's like washing your clothes with fabric softener.
Right.
They're
I
gonna
don't even
smell
use
good.
fabric softener on my clothes.
Exactly. Like you're gonna make it smell good, but are you cleaning it? Like you
Yeah.
have to clean it. You have to cleanse it.
Actually, I love that you use that fabric softener because I remember reading a while ago, and I don't do that. Is they recommend that you don't use fabric softener on your towels because they lose the absorbency that way.
And
Um,
that's what it is. I've seen people that say that they only co-wash. I had a lady tell me she'd been co-washing her hair for 3 years. I'm like, you have not shampooed your hair in 3 years? She said, I haven't. I only co-wash it. How often do you co-wash it? Every 3 days? Her
so,
hair was so packed with gook. Like, because she's using gel, she's using product, and she's not shampooing it off.
oh
And then
wow.
she's packing conditioner on it, and then more product. More. Her
So
hair
she's
had built
suffocating
up.
her hair.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was a
Actually,
nightmare.
a few years ago, I had someone, she was like, I was using your gel and it worked great in December, but now that it's June, it feels gunky in my hair. And I was like, that doesn't sound right to me.
Right, like, what are you doing wrong?
And I asked her, I was like, talk to me, tell me, go through the process. And she's like, I use conditioner. I was like, that's your problem. I
Right,
was like, that's your problem. You were not shampooing your hair. I was like, you need to
right,
clean all that buildup. I said, the product did not stop working.
right. You stop working, or you
You
stop doing
stopped
what you're supposed to
working.
do. And that's why I get so mad at YouTube. Because you
Yeah.
got people on there giving this advice and telling people to do these things. They're not just picking it out of the sky. You know, like
No.
I had a client call me and ask me if some product for a yeast infection will grow your hair.
Yes.
What
I
in the world?
I read that was something that's been around for a while, but
And
it does work, but it gives you major headaches.
it does not grow your hair. It may cure up a fungus you might have because that's what yeast is, a fungus. You dig what I'm saying? Like it
Yeah,
may, if you have a fungus on your scalp, it might clear that up to allow the hair to grow. But if you're having a fungus, you need to go to the doctor to get prescribed
right.
something that's going to clear up the fungus, not
But
use an anti-itch. Like what?
no, I remember reading a while ago that they said that like the monostat, it does
Monostat.
help temporarily to stimulate growth, but the side effect of it was that it gives you major headaches, like serious migraines,
That
and
I
I'm
don't see
like,
how
that's
it can help grow. I don't believe it. I'm not drinking the punch. I
I
can't.
don't know. I was just like, I don't know how you came. Like, I was just trying to understand how did you go
How did
from
you try that? Like,
right? Like, what was
what made someone try that?
I guess it was like
Ah,
it was
I can't.
Tressa's other client who was bored one day and was like, "Let me try this monostat on my hair and see
I'm not
what
gonna
happens."
use this for what it's for. I'm gonna put it
Yeah,
in my
I
scalp.
really need some growth. I'm gonna try this for a month and see what happens.
Ah,
All right,
hilarious.
so
I'm going to fight them on YouTube. I'm sorry.
so we had some questions, but we also only have a few minutes left. So
Okay.
let's see. Yes, let's see. Someone said, I remember coming every week to do my hair. The best may be too frequent. Oh, well. That was Noriega.
Okay.
Um,
Oh yeah,
and
we talked about that lady conditioning her hair every 3 days. It's too much.
that's
Like
what I told
I
her.
even think I think once a week is too much for certain textures. You understand? And some people's textures they need to wash their hair every day. You know, like people with straight hair, they do need to shampoo their hair every day because they have more of an oil buildup on their hair. And that's what we have to understand. If your hair lacks moisture, the more you shampoo it, you're drying it out. Especially if you're not going back in and putting that moisture in with your deep condition or your mask or your, really going in and providing the moisture that it needs. I recommend that people shampoo their hair every 2 weeks, depending
Mhm.
on the texture. I have some clients, some of my lock clients, I shampoo their hair once a month. And it's not like their hair is greasy or flaking or, you know what I mean? They have locks. They wear a style for 2 weeks. They wear it pulled out for 2 weeks and they get
Right,
it shampooed again and it gets shampooed thoroughly. We go in, we put moisture in and their hair is growing immensely. You know what I'm
right,
saying? So it's all about knowing that formula that works for your hair.
right. I also
People say,
think
oh,
there's
go
like a
ahead.
level of ignorance, and I say that in the kindest way possible,
Mm-hmm.
that we think if something is good, then we should do more of it without realizing that we're doing more harm than good.
Right.
Oh my gosh, we
Someone
only have
does
two
something.
minutes left.
Gosh, all right. It was
So
real. Thank
I
you for having me.
know.
I love vibing with you, sis. We got to do this more. I'm going to invite you on my platform to talk about
Yes,
your products as well.
let's
And
do it.
let's do it. And I'll call you to set that up, all right?
Always, I'm always available. And I think I'm gonna have Miss Tressa's D next because she had a
Okay.
lot to say.
I'll jump on and talk to y'all too. And thank you guys
Yes.
for jumping in and listening to me. Peace, love, and happiness.
Yes. Oh, wait. Before you go, how can people find you?
Oh, you can follow me at Simone Says Trends. The name of my salon is Natural Trendsetters because we set trends naturally.
In
And
Fort
my product
Lauderdale.
line is Royal Coils. We're in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And my website is naturaltrendsetters.com. So check us
Yes.
out.
Great.
Peace.
Thank you so much, Simone.
Bye, sis. Mom, mom.
I can't wait to see you next time I'm in Florida.
All right, and send me. We'll link up. We'll talk. Bye.
Definitely. All right.
All right.